We are live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to PeakFlow Power Hour number 32, where we answer all your high-ticket dropshipping questions and business questions, personal development, self-improvement, anything that you want to know to become a top 1% person. So with that being said, hope you guys are having an amazing Friday. This week has been just cloudy and cold where I'm at. And yeah, no sun. It's kind of a little disappointing. What about you over there? Eating some chips?
Something like that. Was good.
How's the weather like?
It's so cold in New York today. It's been super cold the past few days.
Yeah, it's it's May. It's almost June. It's literally freezing.
I love it. I kind of like this weather. This is my favorite weather. My favorite weather is when it's not super hot and when it's just hoodie weather. This is like, what's it called? During like that Halloween time in October when leaves are falling. It's like that like cold, 60s sweater weather. And there's a song called Sweater Weather. I think there's actually a song called Sweater Weather.
I have to check it out. But
yeah,
for me, it's like 70 is like the perfect 69.
Well, what's the weather right now?
It's like 47.
Oh wow. Yeah, I'm probably around there too. I love it.
Yeah. In terms of business, how is this in terms of this week? We had a ton of client wins from our coaching program. So this is going off what I see right here. Our Hana made a $10,000 sale. Person mailed her a check. Marcus, 9K one day. Gary, 8K in 2 days. Barry, 8K in 2 days. I think myself, I don't know, something like 25 in 3 days. Jordan, 54K in 1 day. Jackie Chan, 8K in 7 days. Gary, 9K in 1 day. Justin, 16K in 1 day. This is all results from this week entire coaching program. Everyone is winning. Everyone is making sales, and you should be too if you're watching this.
100%, 110%.
Yeah, in terms of what's going on with our stores and everything is going well. We're testing new strategies every single day. PMAX, Facebook ads, all types of different strategies, so you guys can get the latest up-to-date strategies without blowing ad spend and wasting ad spend. We can do that for you. We can waste all the ad spend.
Yeah, dudes, bring some comments or questions. Did anyone join in yet?
Someone said, "What's up, Trevor? What's up?"
People sometimes call me Trevor.
Are you not Trevor?
What is the best way to upload products into Shopify from the supplier? I've actually been trying to figure out a way to use AI to help product uploading. Oh, it's such a pain, it's such a drag. But the best way is the manual way. You just have to know how to like optimize the keywords with the titles, with descriptions, know how to write. That's the best way, like manual. Next best way, I guess it's like a VA, but I don't know, Trevor, like what's your experience like? From my experience, product uploading VAs is very difficult to manage.
Best way to upload products is if it's like in an Excel sheet, you got to format that Excel sheet. You got to use something like Matrixify or StockSync to bulk upload it, and then have a VA go over it, optimize it for SEO.
Yeah.
That's way. Other ways is like people just be copying each other's stores. I mean, it's a free market, so you do whatever you want. But that's one way people are doing it.
Trevor, do you believe in copying stores? Do you think copying stores is going to find a way to success, or how
To a
much
certain
originality do you need for high ticket?
to a certain extent, because you don't reinvent you don't need to reinvent anything. But
Okay.
you don't copy just one store. I feel like you use like a blend of other people's stores that are already
I
doing
agree.
well, and then you take those components and then add those to your store.
So what do you see working right now? Like general stores that are like doing everything, or stores are like focused on the more like niche?
Niche stores are always gonna do well because of the fact that you're specialized in one product category, and that's one advantage you have over Amazon no matter what. Amazon's like the general department store. You can find almost everything there. But
Yeah.
whenever you look at something high ticket, they're not gonna know anything about it, especially if you're gonna spend like $8,000, $10,000, $15,000 online. You want a person that actually knows what they're talking about, answer questions, can give you customer service whenever you can. Because if you were to call Amazon right now, first of all, Amazon doesn't even have a phone number on their
Right.
website. You have to actually dig for it. And even if you dig for it, nobody's gonna know. They're all outsourced. They're all people that, you know, don't know anything about the products. Their whole purpose is just to process refunds, take care of returns, things like that, which is fine at Amazon scale. I'm not saying anything's wrong with that. But that's why you can beat Amazon, is because they're too big. And there are advantages of being too big, and there's advantages for being a new business, is where you can
Mhm.
be more to detail.
Yeah. Nice.
Someone says, "What are the pros and cons to what you all do?"
What are the pros and cons to what? Sorry.
To what you guys do. I guess you're just trying to see like what do we even do. So, I mean, the pros and cons, it's a huge list. Pros is like you don't have as much customers to deal with. Cons is most people that start this business, because with higher ticket products that requires higher ad spend to make your first sale. So most people either blow through the budget too fast, or whenever they set up the ads incorrectly, they don't have the patience to kind of wait out. That's why it's very important. I'm making a video right now of why your store isn't at 100K a month, and one of the key factors is like
I like that.
price point, um, your price point of your products. Because if you're just selling saunas, all saunas, like premium saunas, and you would sell the $5,000 to $8,000 saunas, those would sell. But especially if you're just starting out, making a $5,000 to $8,000 sale takes a lot longer than making $1,000 $2,000 sale. So that's why it's very important to balance your store out with like multiple price groups. Have $1,000 products, have $500 products, have 10,000 products, $15,000 products. So that way, like the cheaper lower ticket items like 1,000, 2,000, they're supposed to cover your ad spend. And then your higher ticket items, that's the money, that's the profit that's coming into your business. But if you only have $8,000 products and you're not spending a lot, of course you're gonna freak out and not say like, "Hey, the ads are not working," but they are. It's just a longer buyer cycle required to sell an $8,000 sauna.
Hmm.
So people need to know that you can't just sell high ticket items with a low ad spend. You gotta spend money to make money. At the end of the day, that's business. Let's be honest, your guys' stores are copies of other stores. And your store is a copy of our stores. Everyone's just copying each other.
Well, there's a saying that the good marketers copy, great marketers steal, right? So there's always going to be that. We always use everything as inspiration, but like Trevor said before, You want to take inspiration from everything that's working and then kind of bundle it on your own. I think it's completely normal that like everyone, you know, has an eye to know what to look for.
Yeah. Yeah, copy it. I mean, you can copy our stores. It's not like you're gonna copy our sales. That's something like you will learn really quickly. Because we have clients that are doing really well and they'd be telling us like this person just copied their store. But within 6 months, their store is gone. Because just copying a store isn't all that it takes to make the same amount of sales.
It's
You
know how
copy
to
the
run.
front. You copy the front end, but you don't know what's going on in the back end. The back end is where you make money. The stuff that you cannot see. Joanna sipping at that haterade.
Oh, y'all are funny.
Funny. Hi guys, I want to create an LLC. What's the best service I should go with? By the way, I'm from Morocco. We use Doula, or we recommend Doula. We don't create LLCs. We don't need to create LLCs anymore because we haven't launched a new store. We just keep growing our current stores. But Doula has been great. They answer people's questions. You can book calls with them. You can use Doula, LegalZoom. There's a lot of them out there. But
Doula.com/PeakFlow. Doula.com/PeakFlow.
Yeah. Doula.com/PeakFlow.
Perfect.
In terms of back end, what should be the main things we should be focusing on once the front end is taken care of? Negotiations with suppliers, etc.
What should be the main things? In terms of back end, automations and emails.
Yeah, I mean those are two very important things to remove yourself from the business. In terms of back end, lots of things to focus on. There's like almost endless things you can do, like Google Ads. One thing that you guys should do is like track orders from a customer placing an order to getting it delivered. That process of like tracking is very important to make sure I can't say it. Customers are satisfied completely, and this is how you like can make sure that you don't have any chargebacks within your business. Is making sure that you're tracking your orders from being placed to being delivered and getting those reviews in, so that way you can cycle in more customers. So sales process, automations, emails, new suppliers, negotiating better margins, running the ads, more marketing channels, optimizing your site, adding offers, uploading new suppliers, fixing your catalog, updating inventory, new email campaigns, endless things to do.
Endless.
Yeah. Ben says with Trevor's ad strategy, testing every product within a brand, are the search terms used to find the best sellers? What product people are looking for every day? The search terms are like what your ads are showing up for. And if you can see like a search term converts into a sale, then that means that is what someone typed into Google that led into a purchase. So what you can do with that search term is that it generates you revenue. So what can you do? You can try to spend more money on that search term. You can't indirectly do it with shopping ads, but you can do it with search ads. You could also try to rank for that keyword on SEO. But the more data, the more ad spend, the more time that passes by, you're going to find a bunch of these money keywords that you want to put like more budget towards, reinvest, take up all the search engine results for that keyword, because that every time someone searches that, you have a very high chance of making money. So why not just show up more when someone searches that? So would you say trying to get unsuspended from GMC is the biggest roadblock within this business? It can be.
Not really. I don't know. I recently just went through like the GMC stuff again. I don't know. God willing, we got a lot of them approved, bro. So like, I don't know. I personally just feel like if you're not able to get your Google Merchant Center, you have to really be more thorough, like nitpicking every little detail. But to say that's the biggest roadblock, no, that's like it's like the starting point. You know, if you think a Google Merchant Center is hard, like you're not made for business. Like imagine back then, like I'll tell you what's hard. All right, spending $250,000 of your savings, your life savings, onto rent, onto staff, onto inventory, to put yourself up on like maybe like a deli on the block or something, and then hoping like that foot traffic's gonna come and make up for all of the bills. Like that is called a roadblock. You know, the biggest roadblock for high ticket drop shipping, in my opinion, is knowing how to run the business model and then knowing how to run it profitably and then turning it into like a sellable like exit strategy. It's like just knowing what to do and just building it up with, you know, like GMC is just one fork in the road, but like I think it's very doable and you could bypass it one way or the other if you want it bad enough. You're going like I was talking to this one guy. He was in doing GMC for 2 years. He did for 2 years, dude. Can you believe that? He was going back and forth. Yeah, he was in like another program. I'm not gonna say whose, but he was doing it for like 2 years, and then he like finally got a store running. The moral of the story is keep going. And if you have that mindset, like GMC would not be the biggest roadblock in the business. That's why I would disagree.
2 years is crazy.
Yeah, no, he earned that one.
If I'm not mistaken, I heard low ticket dropper cost GMC to be more strict. All the scammers, which are definitely more on the low ticket dropshipping side.
Have low ticket dropshippers been doing that?
Yeah. The guy, I'm not calling out the person, the guy that bought my old store, that was a low ticket dropshipping store on Google Ads, bought it because it was approved with GMC, used it to scam by selling fake Dyson years ago, and now a month ago he joined our program. It comes full circle. The e-com space is so small and so big at the same time. It's like everyone knows each other. But you know,
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm just honest. Sorry if it comes off as haterade. Appreciate these young boys for giving their time. I try to join every week. Thanks.
Thank you, Joanna.
Watching. Thanks for your support. You do coachings? Yes, we do. You want to apply for coaching? Go to ecomhighticket.com.
ecomhighticket.com.
What is a typical Google Ads budget for the first month running ads? 300? 600? A typical budget would be about $1,000, which is $30 a day. Now you can spend less, you can spend more, but I'd say that's a healthy budget. Healthy budget. Dan, Trevor the Brains, Marcus the Bro. Love Trevor share his ads knowledge. Appreciate you. Does it matter if the LLC name is different from the Shopify name? Contact will be LLC and various high ticket dropshipping brands will be.
No.
Does it matter? No. What are some niches to avoid? What are some niches to avoid?
Adult.
Anything that is prohibited on Google. I wouldn't sell e-bikes too.
I was gonna ask that. Yo, e-bikes is mass strict now, right?
E-bikes are really hard to get approved for on Google Merchant Center. Adult products, yes, you obviously cannot sell those. Firearms, guns, anything that can like hurt someone, you cannot sell on Google.
Medical?
In terms of like, niches that we don't like, we try to tell people not to do like the health and recovery niche. Everyone else is doing. But besides that, it's open market. Hi guys, Stripe is absolutely killing the cash flow. How do you guys handle the payment processing, specifically when you are just starting in no volume?
Wait, hold on. So they're holding your payments?
I feel like I heard this 2 months ago.
Oh, I remember. Trevor, you have good memory. Is this the one with the supplier that ran off with your money?
Yeah.
Bro. I remember. So what happened?
How do you guys handle the payment processing? Well, we're quite frankly a little lucky. We use Shopify payments. But why are they holding your payments? Figure out why they're holding your payments first. Bro, how can you remember me? Bro, I remember everything. 2 months from now, I'm gonna remember you asking, bro, how can you remember me with the 3 skull emojis?
Wait, hold on. What Joanna said right now, please, bro.
LMAO, Trevor made that bag twice from that poor guy.
No, the next one. It's talking about what X Capital was saying. Bro, how can you remember me? I'll read it.
This one?
No, what Joanna. No, he means Stripe takes too much of a fee, and it is hard for people when they're first starting out because the volume is so low. Easier to eat those fees when you have higher volume. The contradicting or the miscommunication that I feel right now is like you kind of worry about like that 3% when you do make volume, but then you're saying you don't have volume. So like what fees if the volume is low, like zero, like the math just doesn't make sense. If they have low volume, there's not much Stripe fees. If they're first starting out, they don't have much volume. There's not much Stripe fees. It's up to 2% that they just have to take with every order, but it's not easier to eat those fees when you have higher volumes, right? The fees will increase if you have higher volume. That's what I'm trying to say.
The fees are still there.
Yeah.
If you can't get approved for Shopify payments, Stripe is holding it, and you try every single payment processor there is in the world. Sure, try WAP. Try WAP.
I was throwing out there.
You can try WooCommerce because they don't charge an extra percentage for a third-party payment gateway, but you do just need to move from Shopify to WooCommerce. Otherwise, the Shopify plan, the middle plan, that's like $99 or like $79 a month, that only charges 1% extra. So it would be 3.9 plus 30 cents instead of 4.9 plus 30 cents.
4.9 is crazy.
2.9 is crazy. Why can't it just be 1% or something?
No, it's crazy.
We gotta start payment processor company. Charge everyone 1%. Take all the business away from the big corps.
Payment processing has the leanest profit margin. I think it's like 48% at scale. Or some crazy shit like that.
How do you lose money as a payment processor company? Is it just because of chargebacks?
Probably.
Chargebacks. It has to be because that's why if you have a lot of high ticket orders, you're considered like high risk or something.
They do that with low ticket dropshipping. I don't know.
So Ben says, when adjusting your bidding, do you set a max bid for a certain price group? For example, you wouldn't bid more than $5. Yeah, that's how you do your bid adjustments, is by price group. You can segment it down by item ID, which is like the SKU level, but it's not necessary most of the time until you have a lot of ad spend, a lot of data to back it up. I've asked you both this, but would it be possible for GMC to possibly approve a store that has a couple demo products and a bunch of empty collections? It's definitely possible, but I will not have the empty collections.
Or demo products. So.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be trying to worry about merchant center if I didn't have any suppliers. As like approve or disapprove, you get any suppliers. Worry about
you should still work on suppliers while you're working on GMC.
Yeah.
Marcus.
Marcus.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my Hungarian twin.
When it comes to suppliers who sell their own products, I know we can compete in many ways, but you guys just avoid these brands and find other brands. In the beginning, I would, if you have more options. It's definitely, you can compete with them, but it's no joke, it's definitely going to be harder.
Yeah.
Because the brand itself, they're going to have cheaper clicks because they're just ranking for their own products.
Cold traffic. I have to use cold traffic.
A lot of times the branded clicks are very expensive and you kind of have to rely on cold traffic. So cold traffic is like the high campaign. And speaking of high campaign, my high campaigns,
crazy now.
They're reaching like 60% search impression share. If you guys know anything about ads,
that's really high.
That's really high. So over time, that's going to keep creeping up. Whenever I search like a generic word, I'm like towards the top, which is crazy.
On 60%?
Yeah, like a generic keyword related to
my product. What's the CPCs like for that? Around
$1.30.
$1.30 for generic word? Is that not high as fuck?
But they do convert because I've been sculpting. I've been sculpting since the beginning of the year.
Oh, you just say sculpting.
Yeah, I probably sculpt like $1,000 worth of ad spend.
How often do you sculpt your keywords?
Right now, I'm doing it every day because I'm aggressively scaling the high campaign.
Interesting.
I would do it at least once a week.
And then when you segment them, or when you're doing negative keywords, you're removing it from the campaign, right?
I have it by ad groups too. Like I have certain like product categories by ad groups, so that way, for example, if I'm selling living room furniture and I have one ad group that sells tables, one ad group that sells chairs, if the chair keyword shows up in the table ad group, I would remove that because that's not relevant to the selling. So I use ad group segmentation, and then I remove keywords based on like, hey, does it match the product I'm selling?
Wow. The segmentation is crazy.
I think you can do pretty well with like automated bidding in high campaign, but this just proves to me that you can just do manual CPC and high campaign and just do keyword sculpting. I think it's better because you can know exactly the bids, the keywords you're showing up for. So we'll see. I know you guys are elite level, but for the newbies. Yes, sure. Unrelated question, but would you guys get Neuralinks chips?
That's a great question. Great question. Never. Even if others do it, I won't in this lifetime. Maybe in the next one.
By the time they're effective, I don't think they would even be worth it.
Bro, they could be mass market in 20 years.
20 years would be like
It'd be like an iPhone.
42.
You put some shit here, doop, gives you electric wave, boop, you're connected, and everyone else is doing it. So, are you gonna be part of the sheep, like the herd, or not?
I want to see reviews on it. That's the thing.
Yeah, Trevor's thinking like, I don't know, bro, but like you're gonna get hyper intelligence. Like we're gonna be fucking.
No. I'm saying I just want to see reviews of like people long term. I wouldn't get it at all.
Would you get it, Trevor? You would consider it. Be honest.
I'm smart enough not to get it.
Wow, bro. But imagine
how to manage.
Imagine you could have a computer dashboard though in like your head or some shit, and you could just do math.
That just sounds mad gay, to be honest.
Let's go. Let's keep going. There's a lot of questions. Let's go.
No, he means people starting out with low cash. Those fees makes it harder when there's less money to spend on ads next month. Yeah.
Everyone faces the same transaction.
It's still the same recommendation. See if you can get in with all the payment processors, figure out why Stripe is limiting your cash flow, holding your money. If you can't do any of that, then move to WooCommerce, connect your own payment gateway, save on the fees. You will have the cheapest fees. And look at your banking. See if you have like if your bank has like payment processing solutions. Some of them have it as well. Look up high-risk payment processors on Twitter. There's lots of companies out there that have their own payment processing company. Either way, you can definitely get in with one. Of course, the percentage still applies in higher volume and amount of money is higher. It's hard to deal with all those fees when broke starting out. It's hard either way. Business is tough. Tough info. So basically they hold about 75%. That's if they don't suspend the account. I found a big issue with them. Every time they say my business is high risk, and that's why I'm still struggling with.
I've never had them hold 75% from me, bro.
75% is crazy.
Why would they even hold 75% though? They at that point you just ban the account. Usually it's like 25% reserve, 45 MAC, like right below 50, and then just ban it. No, 75% is ridiculous. Why give the 20? Bro, you hold 75, you take 3% for the processing. That's literally just killing up, like bleeding a business.
Every time you make a sale, you lose money.
That's ridiculous. I would just say submit the documents, like, and get the fuck out.
I would just not make sales at that point, holding all that money. I mean, is the 75% like by a certain date, or is it like indefinite? Because if it's indefinite, like, that's stupid.
But many times they just ask you to submit tracking info to verify stuff.
Yeah, we all hate Stripe. Stripe is gay too. I remember Trevor mentioned in one of his videos that he's seen only one person get suspended again on GFT after 2 months. We're able to know the person, well, more than one person at this point. Even Marcus had his store suspended.
Bro, do not say that ever again. But he's not wrong. Knock on wood, it won't happen again. Yeah, I woke up one email. I was like, what the fuck? The fuck is going on? I was so nervous, dude. Because I was like, what? Like Google's like refreshing. Bro, I had this shit for 5 years. But turns out I fucked up my my shipping page. It was just the pages. I added like a new feature on my website, but on the shipping and return page was a blank template of the new update. So I just removed it and I just resubmitted, like praying that was the one variable. Because that's the hard thing about Merchant Center. You don't know the variable. If you know what to fix, then it's easy. You don't know what to fix. I didn't want to change everything and mess everything up. And I was like, oh, there's a blank quote here. Let me just do that and pray.
Google Merchant Center do be gay like that too. They just tell us the problem, let's fix it, let's do business. And like for the people that are scamming on Google Merchant Center, I'm sure there are intelligent people working at Google. Find a way to ban them for life or something. Because all these scammers using Google Merchant Center, buying accounts and stuff, they ruin it for us, the legitimate people.
Yeah.
It's stupid. But yeah, you can still get suspended. The main thing is just always make sure whenever you're making any changes to your policies, your website, that's always compliant.
Yeah, it's the policies that's really like important. It's just all policy pages that they care about.
I would say generally once you're approved for and running ads for 2-3 months, chances are way lower. But I wouldn't be too worried. Like you should be able to sleep good at night.
Right.
That's why it's very important. Run ads, get profits coming in, reinvest into SEO ASAP. That's something that I wish I did earlier. So that way you don't have to rely so much on ads. You should still run ads because your ads help with SEO, but invest in SEO.
Yo, Trevor, do you think SEO helps with the ads? Like, obviously it does help, but to what extent? Like, does it like super bootstrap? Is like a super steroid? Is it like it would just help because you're doing optimizations? How, like, to what extent does SEO correlate with like paid ads?
The percentage is hard to tell because nobody really knows, but it definitely helps. And I would say, if I were to guess, it might help like 20-25%.
Yeah, bro, that's really good. It's like it's just extra boost for your paid ads campaigns. Like, that's really good. And you have to optimize everything anyway to SEO, so it's just gonna get the word that you want to be appeared for, just higher chance for the higher intent word.
They already suspended my account, and I'm still following up and submitting all the required docs for Stripe.
Use PayPal.
That's even worse than Stripe. But hey, I mean, with PayPal, you can still cycle accounts.
That's funny.
With the same information. Can you tell me the name of the SEO agency this time? Here's the link to book a call.
Oh,
book a call. I mean, I doubt you're gonna.
We prepare for you, Joanne. Miss Joanna. We prepare for you.
Book a call. They're called Organic Checkout. Tell them Trevor or Marcus sent you. And yeah.
We'll take care of you. We'll take care of you.
Give me a product in like sports or fitness niche. Low competition, wink, wink.
No problem.
Pickleball machines.
Trevor, like, would you play pickleball?
I'll be down.
Dude, pickleball is so funny. Like, you have people that love pickleball die hard, and then there's other people that like pickleball's not a sport, and they just fucking clash. They hate each other. It's so funny.
You play pickleball, right?
Pickleball's not a sport. Okay. You know, besides the track I'm on. No, I'm playing. Pickleball is fun, but I don't really play like that. It's like tennis, bro. Didn't you used to play tennis?
I played tennis, yeah, and volleyball.
Dude, it's like a tennis and ping pong. Bro, you play ping pong. Oh, bro, you would probably be really good in pickleball, actually. It's the same thing.
I'm ass at the ping pong, bro.
Oh, you know who's good at ping pong? Danny. I met Danny and he brought a little ping pong pad. Shout out Danny.
I never got good at ping pong because I would just be like taking the ball and just smacking it and hitting it at the ceiling or the other person.
But all Asians are good at math, play ping pong, and say ching chong and play piano though.
I guess I'm not part of the 99%.
Ching chong.
Ching chong wing wong.
Oh, sorry. Let's go back. Let's be professionals.
I know you said not to use Fiverr or Upwork. Where can I find a good agency? The one I linked.
Organic.com.
You have to use the link because you get special pricing.
Oh, they do.
They get special pricing that's actually exclusive to the link. So with the link, they'll know that we referred you. And for full transparency, we do get a small kickback if you do sign up with them, but you also get special pricing.
Matcha.
How long did it take for you guys to start seeing SEO sales? For me, I would say like month. I mean, SEO sales without the agency, I made a couple just free. I mean, just luck, but consistently, probably month 3, month 2, month 3. Yeah. I'm on month 4 or 5. And the organic sales from the SEO covers the agency costs. So if you're going to invest, make sure you invest for long term. You're not going to invest for 2 months and then just give up. That's just be wasting money. And you guys should be grateful like we found this agency because I burned so much money on SEO. And yeah, sorry to call out Trigby, but like,
shit.
Trigby was not good. He has too much clients now. His service is unprofessional. And yeah, it's just not as good as this agency. He was a coach in our program for like a month. And then he just is so inconsistent, probably because he has too many things going on. I don't blame him. He knows what he's talking about. It's just like because he has so many clients, the quality has decreased for sure. Yeah. Is Tidio good to use? Tidio is not bad.
Tidio's not bad. I heard Tidio has the AI response feature now.
Yeah, it has a lot of features.
That's gonna be not bad for sure.
I wish you can customize the widget a little more because I want
Tidio.
Yeah, so it's like more unique because everyone that has Tidio, yeah, you can change the color and like the person and whatnot, but if you can make it more unique, I think that's better because you don't want to have the same live chat as everyone else's. You want yours to be kind of unique. So if a supplier says they don't do dropshipping, would you just move on or try to convince them not try to waste time?
It depends on the supplier, right? If they're like a gold gem and they have other dropshippers already, then it's merely just a matter of time. Then I would just like keep on going. If they've never had, or like you don't see any dropshipper, I wouldn't even try to convince them for the dropship. I would just introduce them to Shopify Collective. Have you guys ever heard of Shopify Collective? Trevor, I bet they don't know about what Shopify Collective is.
What is Shopify Collective?
We've actually talked about Shopify Collective inside our one-on-one, but to give you guys like a little bit of what's inside, like this is the inside info that we have up to date. Shopify Collective is an exchange, like a marketplace where you don't have to go out and reach out to other suppliers trying to get their dropshipping program. These suppliers went to Shopify to apply so that they could put their products up for us to dropship from. So imagine suppliers coming to us now, right? And so Shopify Collective is an exchange where you could apply to high ticket suppliers from the United States, and they'll have dropshipping programs, dealer pricing, and it's just like the new wave to get suppliers. So if like your supplier doesn't even do dropshipping, it's like, have you been on Shopify Collective, ma'am or sir? Like, e-commerce companies are going crazy just doing all of this. And they'll be like, oh, what's Shopify Collective? And you pitch again. There's always a way to go around it. There's always a way to get the bag.
Yeah. Oh, so he has too many clients. He still knows his stuff. Yes, he knows SEO, but I also think the way he explains it, it's probably just because of the accent and like it's a little hard to understand. But yeah, he knows his stuff. I think he doesn't do too good of a job explaining it, from my experience. So I was following his posts. I hope I can still use what he taught. Yeah, you can use what he taught. What is Shopify Collective? Marcus just answered that. Do you pay them monthly or one-time payment? Monthly.
But you shouldn't expect like immediate, oh, I just put 1 month in. Like organic SEO is like a long-term. You have to first do like the technical. So like you have to fix up your catalog, your descriptions, making sure that's good and ready for SEO. And then once it's ready, then they put in like backlinks and blogs and stuff. That's where you're going to start seeing traffic. But again, you know, traffic just doesn't convert all the time. Like, but you're pretty much being put on the same like board as if you were paying them the click anyway. You're just getting more of those same clicks now for free. So in the long run, it always like, in my opinion, pays itself. It pays itself.
Yeah. You start with agency. Once you have enough profit to invest every single month, you invest. Basically, whenever you invest, you don't cut back. Like you should. That should be the very last expense that you ever cut off. And you should reach a point where it ROIs for itself or makes more profit than the agency costs. And then you should be raising how much you spend with the agency, not because like you're not trying to make money. It's because you want to grow the company faster. So putting in more links, more blog posts that will only expedite more revenue into your business. Pickleball is good. Thank you. Pickleball is, I gotta try pickleball. It's really nice to see you guys, the stores and your students doing so well this week. Glad to see tariffs are not having much of an impact yet. Hopefully never.
Tariffs have impacted a lot of my operations already. Yeah, in the good way though. There's been more spending. At least I don't know, just across all boards, I've noticed more spending in higher ticket products. The suppliers that do have operations in China, some of them have paused like their product lines and said, don't take any new orders yet until like this period's off. Some have increased their prices. Others have just paused their dropshipping program. So it has affected the industry. But I also feel like there's so many new suppliers every single day that's just coming in the market that like that counteracts the potential consequences. It's just like, God willing, like it didn't affect like my line of suppliers. It didn't really affect yours. But I heard like one of them, like a random, like it'd be one of those random suppliers that I closed. That's like, bro, who the fuck are you? No disrespect, like quality importers. You guys go, no disrespect to quality importers. You guys go check them out. It's just like stuff like that. It's just random emails.
Yeah. By the way, thank you guys. You got a lot of haters, but you don't even have to help people like you do. It's crazy, fam. You're all good people. We appreciate you. I mean, haters, they're going to be everywhere. You either choose to ignore them or you get affected by them. Or the third option is you get fueled by them. That makes you want to push for more.
Trevor, like, how do you handle your haters? How do you feel about haters?
I choose option number 3. It just fuels me to go and do more good for the world.
You see that, Joanna? You're great.
People don't even know they take this for granted. Yeah. X Capital is PMAX great to start with. I want to start Google Shopping campaigns. For now, I only work with SEO. To start with, no, because PMAX requires data and traffic to do well. To give you a little bit of context, we recently introduced a PMAX module into our program about a month and a half ago, and everyone that has started running PMAX has seen an uplift in revenue. Our stores included. We tested on our stores first before we showed everyone else.
I like PMAX.
But about a year ago and 2 years ago, we were the PMAX haters.
No, you know what I think the difference is? Where you're using PMAX for like the retargeting more or less. Like it's like more of an add-on more and relying on it. We were relying on PMAX. It was like PMAX or manual. It's just like, wait, why not try both?
They need to work in tangent.
Yeah.
Your shopping campaigns are still the bread and butter, but then your PMAX campaign is like the milk. You never want to eat the butter by itself because it's just dry. Got to add a little milk to it.
That's right.
And that's how you have a good blend, and then that's how you make more sales.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of like which campaign should spend more, your shopping campaigns or your PMAX should spend more because it is very heavy on remarketing. But I would say it's like a 60-40 split to 70-30 split. You don't want it to be like too heavy on PMAX because otherwise you need enough cold traffic to feed into PMAX, but you don't want to just show that same ad over and over again to the same person. Is it really that easy for a new supplier to just enter these high-ticket niches? Isn't it really hard to just sign up a new brand?
Shopify Collective?
I think she's referring to like a brand coming out with high-ticket products as a new supplier. Do you think like the manufacturing process is it hard to become manufacturer, or is it? I feel like it is fairly easy because everything's on Alibaba, but to get it to the US, be established, that's really hard. People at work be snitching on me. I already got verbal write-up. I gotta get out of here. Take care, brother.
Be safe out there.
Well, this lady was cool with me and she snitched on me. What a Karen.
Oh my God, Karen alert.
Yeah, what do you want to add anything to this?
Is it easy for a new supplier? Yeah, like from my experience, e-commerce is just everyone's just getting to know more. Like online shopping is just becoming more and more. And so even suppliers that aren't used to having online operations, they're still trying to transition into online. So even if a supplier is not open to dropshipping like a year ago, they might actually be interested today. So like there's literally just new players going in. And from what I've been seeing, yeah, like every niche, there's just more and more suppliers coming in. And is it easy to be a supplier? Technically, yeah, bro. Like if you have a buyer group or like people that have money, you invest into the product, get a warehouse in the US, like, you know, work out the shipping contracts with shipping companies. Yeah, it's a full on 7-8 figure operation that as long as you have the money for the, you know, for the numbers to make work. That's how they're doing it. They just buy it cheaper from the China factories or somewhere, might import it through Europe. So to say it's like made in France. That's just how the world works. God bless you, Joanne.
I don't like being called a boy. Should be called men.
Next, Trev.
What did you say, Marcus? You think I'm a hater?
Joanna, where did that come from?
she's always trying to gaslight you.
Where did that even come from, Joanna?
Marcus said a new supplier enters his niche all the time. He made it sound like it was easy and casual.
It is easy. And there are new suppliers entering. Not just my niche, like every niche. There's more suppliers coming in.
High ticket products like saunas are on Alibaba? I'm pretty sure yes.
Yeah, go on Alibaba, search up Barrow Sauna. You're gonna see Dundalk saunas right there.
I have not been on Alibaba in a while. Wow. They're actually
the saunas look good, bro. I've thought about just drop shipping from Alibaba straight up, but there's no brand, so it's gonna be harder to sell it.
Cold traffic.
Yeah, you have to just sell like general, like dynamic 2-person sauna.
Yeah.
But you really don't know. Like you really don't know where it's coming from and all that stuff. You have to feel like you have to check it. But you see the minimum order quantity, look at the numbers. If you order 20 units at 800, that's like what, 160,000 maybe? Or 16,000. Probably 16,000.
So basically, like if you were to order one unit $1,000, you could probably sell this for around 3K, 3 to 4K. Let's go 2%.
Yeah, but don't negate like the shipping, logistics, the operation, all of that money.
To be honest, 366 for shipping isn't even that bad.
Well, we're not. This is shipping from China, though. I'm saying like if you're a supplier, they have to buy it in bulk and build a warehouse and do all of that.
Yeah. But I'm surprised this number is not even that high.
So there's 1,300 to get the full thing. I mean, to get one, basically, like $1,500.
Sell for 3 to 4K. Obviously the transit time is long. It's like a month minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would bid on generic keywords. So if something costs $1,000 and $300 to ship, to actually manufacture this, I'm guessing it's probably like $400 or even less, which is it's crazy the markup on this. For example, if something costs $400 for a manufacturer to make, customer pays $4,000. That's a 10x markup.
Yeah, but it goes through so many people.
Yeah, you have to ship it once to the dealer, and then you have to ship it once to the customer.
Don't forget the transaction fees. The 2%.
The Stripe.
Yeah.
Wow, these tubs, they're like, these would normally cost $3,000-$4,000.
These are the acrylic tubs, right?
Cold plunges. They cost $395, so probably to make it probably costs like half of that.
Damn, bro, cold plunge tubs sell for like $1,800, I think. Oh, I mean, it's just a tub, right?
Interesting. Can we close supplier with just mail? You could, but we recommend phone calls. Email, not physical mail though.
Right.
Do you marketing yourself or have an agency for that? Do you use Klaviyo? How often send out emails? Yeah, we use Klaviyo. we send out emails like during the holidays. We do ourselves. Can you target Google Ads based on specific demographics, like for example, age? Yeah, you can. You can adjust your bids based on age and demographic, but you generally don't want to until you have data to back it up. How much do you invest in this space? Like saunas? Is 12 mil a year revenue reasonable? Depending on the market size, but $1 mil a month is all possible in almost every niche. Best follow-up method via Gmail. Use an actual email from your domain, but follow up in 1 and 3 day increments. And you can install something like MailTrack to see if they opened up your email. How do you guys use email marketing data you collect? Agent for your Google Ads or other ads? Well, email marketing doesn't really collect their age, just their name and number in the email. But Google Ads collects the demographic. You can connect it to by having your email subscribers be an audience inside of Google Ads. And then you can remarket those. Yeah.
Nice. Wow. Another session with that.
Another session just like that. Hope you guys took away value from this. But if you guys want to work with us directly to build your own high-ticket e-commerce business to 10K a month profit in 24 weeks or 6 months, guaranteed, then go to ecomhighticket.com, apply, see if we're a good fit to work together. If there's any other questions,
Happy Friday, guys. Thank you all so much for your time, and we'll see you guys next week.
All right. It was a great stream. Catch you guys next week. Peace.